So let's consider all the promises that we've heard so far to reduce coal use, to limit deforestation, reverse it even in some cases, to reduce methane production. If all of those promises are kept, will that be enough to help the vulnerable, poor, and island nations on the front lines of this climate emergency? Baroness Patricia Scotland is the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, and she joins me now live from Glasgow. Thank you for being with us. So many of the Commonwealth countries, including the one you were born in, Dominica, are really at the front lines of this crisis because they are bearing the brunt of these severe weather events, Hurricane Maria being a hurricane that demolished 90% of structures in Dominica. Are the richer countries really listening, do you think?
I think they have to listen now. Because if you think about the evidence, the empirical evidence that is being produced, they can see it with their own eyes. And I think we had some very powerful statements. As you know, the Commonwealth has 54 countries, that's 2.6 billion people, and 60% of those people are under the age of 30, but 32 of those states are small states, as you say, on the front line of the war on climate change. And you were right to mention the country of my birth, Dominica. We lost 226% of our GDP in 2017 when Maria hit. And at that stage, Maria was the biggest hurricane we'd ever seen. But look at what has happened in the years since. In the last 4 years, we've had 6 of the biggest hurricanes we've seen in history. And it's no longer a once in a lifetime event. It's happening almost every other year. So I think what we hope that they are hearing now, here in COP, is this 1.5 to stay alive is exactly what it means. Because if we do not keep to that 1.5, many of our countries will no longer be here.
The current pledges don't get us to 1.5, though.
No.
Do you think they'll go further? Because it will require, and also we're still at the promises stage, and many of the promises made in Paris were not kept. I wonder where you still find hope here, looking into the future.
I think because what we have done in our Commonwealth family is we've not just looked at promises, we've asked a different question. So now, what do we do? How do we guarantee that the money that's promised is actually going to be delivered? How do we come up with the sorts of new transformative technological and devices and changes that we need to make? And you know, when you think about it, human genius got us into this total mess, and human genius is going to have to get us out. So we are taking the practical, the evidential routes that we need to put the technology and the knowledge into the hands of our member states to be the difference they need to be if we are to get there. But we can't just have promises. We've got to look behind those promises and say action, action, action. So am I hopeful? Well, I am only to this extent, that it's not just member states on their own. At last, business is starting to understand the business case for the green and the blue economy. As we push this agenda, as it becomes cheaper and easier and better to go green as opposed to fossil fuels, the economy is going to be driven by this new agenda.
Baroness, we don't have to look too far into the future. We can actually look at the present. OPEC is being pressured to increase production of petrol, of gas, by the President of the United States, who has repeatedly pledged to help the world wean itself off of its dependence of harmful fossil fuels. So leaders are saying one thing, but then they clearly, when it comes to their own perhaps political popularity, don't want gas prices to go up too high and are pressing oil-producing companies to pump more oil out of the ground. What should we make of that?
I think we've got to hold everybody to account as to the responsibility that they have. And you know, I'm a lawyer, so what do I say? Give me the evidence. Give me the evidence. And we've got to call them out. We've got to challenge. We've got to say, this is what you've promised. Now listen, how are we going to together deliver it? But it's not about pointing fingers. It's about accepting that this is tough, politically tough. It's tough because every country wants to do the best. And what we really need to help people to understand is we can't leave anyone behind. This is not my world and not your world. It is our world, and we only have one world. So if we allow our small states to disappear, the larger states are next, and we're seeing the cost of non-action. So we've got to quantify that and make sure it really matters. So am I pessimistic? Yes. Am I optimistic as well? Absolutely. Do we have any choice but working together? No, we don't. So let's do it.
Baroness Patricia Scotland, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, thank you so much for joining us from Glasgow.
Thank you very much.
A lot more to come this evening.